Well, hey, good morning. It's the Wake and Bake. I'm Buck Stallion, and I'm just chilling in the sun with my hazards on, waiting for them to take 1 ton of fun off my bum. Anyways, so today I was going to talk about the reality that that we're not procuring our future very well. There's a lot of angst and anxiety building in the world because, you know, we aren't thinking about tomorrow, and we're not thinking about the actual people that are going to be living here tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's so concerned with their own lives right now. And that's fine. I actually kind of agree with that because I'm selfish as fuck too. But I still want to offer a solution to all these issues. Oh, so my solution. Well, the whole thing is like I actually just heard it on the radio even. There was an advertisement basically saying that if you give your children chores when they're young, then you're building work ethic. And I believe that. That sounds viable. That sounds probable. That sounds statistically correct. I mean, it just seems like that should be right. Because definitely it's kind of a weird flip-flop in the world, I've noticed. Like, I had chores, but I didn't have a lot of chores. I didn't have, like, debilitating chores like some of my friends. And so, I think that some chores are legit. Certainly I saw some kids that I grew up with, I basically likened them to in-house slaves in some situations. And I also felt like, I don't know, like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's like the chores didn't fit. I don't know. Like that, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Like the chores didn't fit the age bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew one kid, his punishment was to chop down a tree in his backyard, and it took him like 2 days. It took him a whole weekend basically, and his dad ended up helping him near the end because maybe because he fucking felt guilty. I don't know, but or maybe, you know, it's like one of those situations where it's like after you've assigned it and you're seeing how long it's taking, you're like, shit, maybe I did the wrong thing. Here, I gotta turn this on, get the AC going. But, yeah, I don't know, like, my kid, she claims that she had to do chores. I don't know that. I mean, it would make sense. Her mom's kind of a lazy bitch, so it would make sense if that's what she did to her, was make her like the mini mom. Because my ex-wife was one of those people that she, if it was the goose and the gander kind of thing. Like if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for my goslings, my geese, my baby geese. Does that make sense? Like she was one of those people where she's like, "Oh, I raised 3 kids," and it's like, no, not really. Like maybe like a little bit. Like maybe for a couple of years, maybe you babysat a lot. But that's nothing compared to, what you made my daughter do. My daughter actually had to raise her sister for like 5 years. And maybe that's good birth control, So, there's that. But at the same time, I don't feel like my daughter probably, making dinner, doing laundry, shit like that, is still not fucking chopping down a tree or mowing the lawn every week or, dusting the house. Her house is trash. Her mom's house is a dumpster. So, she didn't really fucking... She didn't have to dust. There was no dusting to be done. Ooh, this trucker's got one of those sun visor blankets on his shit. Like they always show like the cucaracha balls, the sombrero balls hanging off of like old school fucking like classic gangster rides, or I don't know who. I picture kind of like a sombrero having the little balls hanging out, but this isn't the balls. It's like a curtain with some tassels, and it's got the that Sikh symbol. It's like it looks like an alien with razor blade arms. It's got like big eyes and anyways, there's a fucking community that beats the shit out of their kids though. They cane the fuck out of their kids. They give them the switch. They give them the old 1950s coming to Jesus spanking. But I think that some people, like the people that aren't giving their kids chores, are also not spanking their kids. And to me, that's where the real problem comes, because it's one of the I spanked my daughter a few times, and it was one of those things where the few times that I spanked her, if I just talked to her through my teeth, she would act up, or she would straighten up. But I didn't have her a lot whenever she was younger. I didn't have her around a lot, not by choice. Her mom was a piece of shit. But I'll give you an example. One time, I was dating a gal that had a couple of kids, and so I thought it'd be cool to take my daughter and her boys and go see them explore Yosemite National Forest. You know what I mean? and whatever, and fucking my daughter kept insisting that she tell her mom where she's going, and I'm like, you're with your dad. You don't have to tell your mom where you're going. And she snuck off and called her mom and told her, and then her mom had a fucking meltdown because apparently I'm not allowed to leave the county or some bullshit. Like, dude, she would just say shit, and I'm just like, well, alright, well then never mind, we're not going to Yosemite. Now I'm just gonna take my daughter back to her mom's house. You know? Or she would cancel. You know, she'd go, oh yeah, no, your daughter, she's not gonna be available this weekend after all. She's going to a sleepover. She's going to her friend's house or whatever. But I found out later, or recently, that wasn't the case. But anyway, I don't even know why I'm tangenting on that. What I'm getting at is that, you know, there's a lot of things, and like, some people would see it as breaking a child down, and diffusing their true nature. But, like, a child's true nature is to learn. And my thing is I like to incorporate a lesson into pretty much anything my daughter talks to me about. And she hates that. It fucking drives her nuts, because to her, you know, it's a lecture. And she'd prefer not to have to hear a lecture. But to me, it's just like, well, I've got some input on this. You know what I mean? On this this issue that you're dealing with or whatever. But, you know, kids are one of those things. They don't really, I mean, I know there's a lot of things I didn't think were that relevant until I got older. And maybe because they weren't that relevant. But I think that if you set your kid up a little better than my parents set me up, maybe not chopping down a tree for 2 days, but at least, like, they know on certain days they got to do stuff. Like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they got to do the dishes, and they got to mow the lawn every Saturday before they go do anything for the rest of the day. You know? And if they're going to play soccer, then they got to mow the lawn on Sunday morning. If they're going to be in a soccer team. You know, something like that. Like my parents, I'd play soccer, and I'd be exhausted, and then I'd have to go home, and they'd want me to mow the fucking lawn. But now, I wish they had a lawnmower. Maybe they do. I haven't really looked in their garage for about 15 years, but I would mow their lawn for them, you know, for nothing now, because of how my brain is. I want to do nice things for my parents. I appreciate the things that they did for me. Kids don't do that. Like, somebody told me the other day at the lodge that the kids don't become real humans until their 30s or 40s even. And I can believe that, because I kind of feel that maybe I'm just now becoming a human. But at the same time, like, I don't feel, I still like that I don't feel overly mature, because it bums me out. when I see people, you know, like, okay, I'll give you an example. One of my friends, she doesn't like being affiliated with me anymore. LOL. But, she, what is going on? She wanted to do these, like, beauty tutorials or something, on the YouTube, and I started paying attention to one of them yesterday, and I thought, dude, it'd be really cool if she could really interact with her I don't know what it is. Like if a person can embrace their true nature and really, like, kind of not like parody it, but like, what's the fucking word? Like, emulate their true self and accept their true self for what it is. I think that that's a real drive for success, because you're not acting, you're not pretending, you're fucking, you're just being true to yourself. So it's an easy flow. But then at the same time, whenever you can really manic that personality or that persona, if you can manic it out a little bit, and I mean, that's one of those things that I think a lot of people are doing now on the internet, is that they're just embracing their quirks and they're putting it out there. But, like, as a child, some of you fucking got this weird cool bug. Like, it was like, and I don't know if, like, your parents slapped you, you know, in public or something like that, and so it just made you just be more quiet or more, what's the word? Like, you know, less, I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is with some of you people. I mean, obviously I don't want all of you to be like me. You know, that's the beauty of the world, is that we're all snowflakes. We're all different. But I do wish people had a sense of humor about themselves. And that's one of those things, humility. When you get spanked in a grocery store, in the meat department, because you're bored and you're acting out, or you're throwing a fit, or you're, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the thing is. Let me go check on this, see what's going on. But, you know, now you're undermining your truth. And, I don't know, I don't think it's a good fucking look.
Sacred. my Italian driving gloves. Fingertips exposed, girl, so in love. So my hair flew in the wind with my bleach streaks. Drove right past, laughing at the beach geeks. Took a right, pulled right into the Vista Point. Side pipe straight throbbing, yeah, girl, you get the point. Leaned over, gave the guy a little kiss. I thought, damn, Sly One, you liking this? Hey, boo, can I share a little something? She couldn't hear me cause BBD was straight, bumping straight. I turned it down, she looked right into my eyes. Right then she whispered to me, Johnny Sly, I think you dope, and yeah, I wanna go steady. We ain't from Texas, but I told that girl already.
Didn't I say I'd be there? Yes I did. Yes I did. Didn't I say my heart? Didn't I say my heart remained sacred? Yes I did. And I kept my promise.
Be good to me. Or will you promise? Or will you promise? I said don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Cause I do love you. Baby, I do love you. You're all I have. Let's have my Casio, yep, it's about to. Let's go to my place now that you're my wifey boo. She say yes, we should go and have sex. Right then, she took my hand and put it on her breast. I thought, word, Lizzie Slide's getting some. And that's great, cause at the same time, I'm so in love. So my heart beating like a damn drum. I'm feeling lucky, kinda like I am the chosen one. Just then she said, put up the drop top. That's when the car straight got steaming hot. Aw man, I think I know what this means. To put it frank, homeboy, roll brains. But no, she only wanna smoke a boat. She lit it up and blew it out, and away we go. I started laughing cause my mind's in the damn gutter. I always love you and I promise to never be another.
Didn't I say I'd be there? Didn't I say I'd be there? Yes I did. Yes I did. Didn't I say my heart? Didn't I say my heart remained sacred? Yes I did. And I kept my promise. I kept my promise. I kept my promise. I never make you cry. And I kept my promise. I kept my promise. I kept my promise. I stayed by your side. And I kept my promise. I kept my promise. I kept my promise. I never make you cry. No, no, no,